is Omotayo Ibali. I am a fashion designer. I am a Lagos tailor in Nigeria. I live in Lagos. I currently reside in Ikorodu at the moment. So that is where my fashion house is. Live. So for those that are watching me for the first time, I'd like to say a big thank you for viewing my YouTube videos. Thank you for watching me, and you will have a lot more to get from my videos if you keep subscribing, liking and following my page. And you can always comment anything you want about this particular topic in our comment section. I will reply to everyone. So let's go straight to business. Before then, I'd like you to follow my Instagram page, which is omotayo dot like full stop oye. I'm gonna put it up there, omotayo oye. Then my business page is Ziba Designs. Ziba Designs. Please, I would like every one of you to please follow me, like my page, like my work, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. So now let's go straight to the business. This is a story I would like you all to listen attentively if you want to become a fashion designer. I became a fashion designer. It's something I've had passion for a very long time. Since my childhood, I've been loving to do this work. I had passion about it. I was so much interested when they are talking about fashion design. Or when I say fashion designer working, I'm always interested in seeing or looking at them. So it started when I was in primary school. So when I had these small toys in the house, so then I used to, when I take those plastic dolls, yes, that has long hair, all those mommy, those beautiful dolls, yes. So I started by sewing clothes on their body by using needle and thread, stitching, looking for small materials. Sometimes I even got to cut my clothes. Sometimes I'll cut some of my clothes that I'm not using again. I cut them into pieces. Then I try putting them on a mannequin, on the dolls, and start stitching them on their body. Sometimes I make gowns. Sometimes I do skirts. I do top. Things like that. I was just stitching those things together on the body of the doll, stitching pieces together, using needle and thread, doing all those things to design the doll's body. So that was how I think I started, and I was growing interest in fashion designing. I didn't know I was in a very tender age then, but I discovered my talent as a young child through that process. Then from there, I think when I finished my secondary school, I was always open to learn this fashion designing because I've had a lot of tailors disappointing me. Oh God, especially when this is not funny, especially when we do family gatherings whereby all families we buy clothes, these general uniform clothes that families wear for parties. Whenever the tailor comes to measure me, or I go to their shop to measure the outcome of this dress, I'm always looking horrible. I always look like a old woman inside these clothes. Just imagine when a primary school girls wear a clothes and you're looking like a grandma. That is the way I was looking. I was looking like a grandma. The bustier is always horrible. The fitting of the clothes is always whack. It was just so horrible. That would be like, oh God, one day I wish I could sew and sew for myself. So that's just what I always do tell myself, that I don't like what these people sew for me. I don't like what they do for me. I don't like the way they sew clothes for me. So then I was like, no, I'm going to do something about it. So that was how I I I started having more passion for this job. So as time goes on, I did my jump so into the university. I did my jam in the university. Then during my year one strike, during year one, I think then it was 2012 through 2013, we had a strike in school, and it was a very long strike. My sister, my brother, it was a long strike. This strike took like 6 to 8 months, almost a year. I think so. So it was 8 to 10 months, I think, 8 to 10. So it was a long strike. I already spent like 4 months in the house doing nothing, hoping they'll call off the strike anytime soon. So I found myself spending 4 months doing nothing in the house. So that was how so that was how I linked up with a family friend of mine that also had interest in learning fashion designing. So we linked up. When we linked up, then she told me about a woman that sews well, that I should come there, that she runs a nice shop, she sews well, that I should come over. So I went there, I paid, we started. Oh my god, this experience I'm telling you about, if it was somebody else, they would have given up a long time ago. So I started this experience by learning. I started with buttonhole. I was using needle and thread to do a buttonhole, to do buttonhole on shirts, on paper, on a taro. I don't know if anyone knows taro. Yes, taro. So I was using buttonhole there. I was fixing buttons as well on the taro. I did that for almost, oh my god, I think 2 months. I was fixing just buttons and doing buttonholes for 2 months. It was just mainly hand. So I think the 3rd month I now started with paper. I started cutting on paper and sewing on paper. I think I spent like 4 months doing that, just paper cutting. And the paper cutting was basically only trouser, and that was because I pushed myself that I wanted to know how to cut this trouser that my boss cut. So I tried pushing myself that okay, I got a paper and I was trying to practicalize the trouser on it. But my sister, it was horrible experience. It was finally the 4th month, that's how they call off strike, and I ran back to school. I'm telling you, I got to school, I couldn't do anything. I don't even have the memory of what I did in that fashion house, in that show. I learned a lot. I learned nothing for 4 months. It was just nothing. But sincerely, it wasn't just nothing. Today, I still use my hands to do a buttonhole on shirts, on clothes, and come out so nice because I already had that experience. So there's this idea that says there's something that when you use your hands to do something, keep using your hands to do something more than 2 times, for so many times, it's sticking to your memory, and it's something that could not just leave your memory or your brain. It's just there, it's intact. So there was a time I haven't bought buttonhole machine, and I had to go from one shop to the other to fix buttonhole machine and buttonhole into shirts. Then one day just came to me that girl, you learned this thing for 3 months. I'll just and it was good. It was as neat as using a machine to fix a button and doing the buttonhole. So I was like, wow, I think I need to try it. Then I tried it in one of my shirts. It was so nice. I tried it like 2-3 times. It was so nice. Then I started using it. Though I already bought my buttonhole machine, but sometimes I use my hand to tell you that that thing I learned over there, I didn't just lose it. It was actually something that still, after so many years, I still use it. So there's no knowledge, there is a waste. There's no knowledge, there is a waste. Though then I used to say I didn't learn anything from there. I used to say I didn't learn anything, but it's actually something. So there's no knowledge, there is a waste. So that is that. So after I got to school, I could not even remember anything except from how to make a buttonhole. Then after that strike, I wasn't able to go back because the woman, my boss, then moved to another location, and it was far away from where I was, where my house is. Even if I come back from school, I couldn't go, so I just forgot about it till I graduated. So when I graduated, when I left school from the university, I then thought of, okay, I still had passion. I still have passion for this work. Let me just go into it. So that was when oh my god, okay, that was when the second place I went to. I went to the second place, and I started with someone else. So was my stepmom then introduced me to a fashion designer that do make her dress. So she said the fashion designer is nice. She's good in her work. This that. So my sister, that was how I started again with that one. Oh my god, my experience with that one, I know be smart. So when I started with that one, I have to take transport. But the first one I was in is something tricky, but I can take transport. Sometimes I trek there. But this one, I have to take transport to her place. So, and she doesn't have a shop. She does her work in the house. So I go to her house. When I started, a lady too started with me. So we started at the same time. So when we get to our resumption time is 8. So when we get there, we have to clean the house, we have to sweep, we have to wash plates, wash clothes. I'm telling you, I washed clothes, I washed plates, I wash our husband's clothes, our children's clothes. Sometimes I even beat the children. I should be surroundings, clean everywhere, be washed. Sometimes the clothes can be this. Me and my second, we washed the clothes and everything, spread. Then before we finish, must have cooked. Sometimes we join our cooking. That's when. So if we resume by 8, we start work around 11. So we use 2 hours to clean everywhere. So by 11, then we walk till she doesn't even have closing time. It is till we are done with work. So till we are done with sewing, everything about what we'll be doing that day, till we are done, sometimes 8, sometimes 10, I leave work, I leave our house. So I did that for I did that for like 4 to 5 months. Then I stopped because I was getting tired. I wasn't getting the interest for the work, started leaving my mind because I started coming to work late because I don't want to do those works. So it was becoming so tiring for me and the house. So then One day I was just passing by from my house to somewhere. I was just passing by. I did pass that road, like it's a road that leads to all roads around my side, like all areas. So it's a street road. So I do pass that road almost anytime I want to go to market. I pass there. If I want to go to the house, go to school, I always pass there. If I'm going to church, I pass through that road. So I'm always seeing this beauty shop, this fashion design shop. Her mannequins are always outside. She's always dressing them nicely. They are so nicely sewn, like nicely, everything was so nice and perfect. So whenever I walk past, I find myself staring at the mannequins, staring at the size of the clothes. So the interest started coming back to me, the passion started coming back to me. So whenever I'm passing that place, I'm always enticed to look. Like if I'm almost there, I'm always like setting my eyes to, let me see this person's mannequin again, let me see the styles. Like, so it became something I do, and every time I pass there. So I discovered that it seems the interest is coming back. Then I now, my sister, do not give up. If you have passion for something, don't give up. Because of something happened, do not give up. You just find a better person someday. Because I found people saying they've learned this, they've learned that their boss is this, their boss is that, they don't want to learn it anymore. Don't give up. One day you finally find that person that will teach you, or that will teach you. They will have good attitude toward, but nobody's perfect. It's not like I don't have my own experience with my own boss as well. I had experience with that, but at least I was able to learn throughout. I was able to learn throughout my stay there. I became a mentor even to some of my juniors. They look up to me. So do not give up. So as I was saying, that was how I went to make inquiry of the fashion home, everything on how to learn. And she gave me some list of what I will get and the payment. So I got home, I spoke to my dad about it. He gave me the money. I went there, I paid, and I started. My dad paid for actually 3 buses. He paid for the first one, the second when I paid again. So there's some parents that are just, I can't use that man to play. He's a very, very good person. He's my first love. So as I was saying, that was how I started with her. My first month starting with her, I saw a whole gown. A gown that has half length, it has join in the waist and body. I could sew, and I wasn't yet good at cutting, but I was able to sew. But I was able to sew very well. So I became sewing. Even my experience, they say. Then this is a story. Then I started learning there. Within 6 months, I was able to sew. I was able to cut. I could even sew and cut so many styles just within 6 months. Just take a look at, I spent 5 months there. I was not able to do anything. The second one was even horrible. I could not even remember. The only thing I could remember from that one was how to join the trouser. I swear. The only thing I could remember from the second experience, second boss, was how to join the trouser. From the first one was how to do buttonhole and buttons, how to fix it. That was what I learned. But this one, I learned everything there. I learned everything. Within 6 months, I was already good. I could cut, I could sew, I could even communicate with customers. Because when my boss sits down to to talk to customers. I'm always seated with her. So they became my colleague became envious of me because my boss usually give me clothes to cut, clothes to sew. Then even me, I was even envious of them because they were sewing. I wanted my sewing to be perfect. I wanted to sit down on the machine like them. I just want to be on the table with scissors every day.